Want to speak real English from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at EnglishClass101.com.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Know Your Verbs. My name is Alicia, and in this episode we're going to talk about the verb live. Let's go. The basic definition of the verb live is to be alive. To be alive. So like, I want to live. Or it lives. It lives. That was a horror movie. Conjugations of this verb. Present. Live. Lives. Past. Lived. Past participle. Lived. Progressive. Living. Now let's talk about some additional meanings of this verb. The first meaning is to spend your time in your life. Some examples of this. She lives to work. He lives to make delicious food. So in these sentences, we're seeing like the purpose of that person's life. What does that person do? How does that person spend the majority of their time in their life? In the first example sentence, she lives to work. So work is the thing she spends the majority of her time doing. She lives to do that thing. She lives in order to work. In the second example sentence, he lives to make delicious food. That's like the purpose of his life. That's how he spends his time in his life, making delicious food. He lives to do that thing. The second meaning I want to talk about is to share a space with someone else, like to share your residence with someone else. Examples. We've lived together for a year. She still lives with her parents. So in these example sentences, we've lived together for a year. The first one means we, meaning the speaker and someone else, have lived together, have shared a space together for 1 year. In the second example sentence, she still lives with her parents. We see that she, whoever she is, still shares a space for her home with her parents. In the first example sentence, we've lived together for a year. It could be the speaker and someone else. It could be the speaker and the listener. It just depends on who we is in that case. The third additional meaning is to remain in our memories or in our records. So examples of this. The musician's work will live forever. Our grandfather lives on in photos. So in these examples, we're seeing that some memory of a person or some memory of a person's work or maybe a historical event, whatever it is, it remains in memories or it remains like there's some record of that thing. So that could mean like written records. It could mean photos. It could mean videos, whatever. So this refers to something that remains. We use this a lot after a person has died, actually. Or we could say maybe for people whose work, especially for artists, their work is going to live forever is another way we could say that, meaning it's going to remain forever. So someone like with a big impact, we might use this verb, live, and this meaning of this verb to talk about something they're doing or something that they're making. So the musician's work will live forever means the musician's work will remain in our memories and in our records forever. So like Bach, for example, or like Rachmaninoff. So composers are a great example of this, like classical, Baroque, Romantic music composers. Those are great examples. So before there was the internet, before photo and video, there was, written work, written pieces of music. So their work, their musical work, lives on in their compositions. So there's a record of the things that they did. And in the second example sentence, my grandfather lives on in photos means my grandfather remains, or the image of my grandfather, our memories of our grandfather remain in photos. The first variation of this verb is the expression to live up to live up to. So this means to behave in accordance with something. Let's look at some examples. I'm not sure if I can live up to your expectations of me. He never lives up to his promises. So to live up to something is like to act in accordance with something else. So in the first example sentence, I'm not sure if I can live up to your expectations of me, means that the speaker is concerned he or she will not be able to act in accordance with the listener's expectation. So listener has some expectation for the speaker, and the speaker is worried that the speaker cannot meet that expectation. But we say can't live up to your expectation in that case. In the second example sentence, he never lives up to his promises means he never fulfills his promises. He never acts in accordance with his promises. So he promises A, but he doesn't complete A. There's no matching behavior there. He doesn't meet his promises. He doesn't fulfill. He doesn't live up to his promises. Second variation is to live with. To live with means to tolerate or to stand or to deal with something. Some examples. How much of this bad behavior can you live with? If I put my family through a scandal, I don't think I would be able to live with myself. Okay, so we see here to live with something means an ability to tolerate something. So in my first example, it's a question. How much of this bad behavior can you live with? So we use this verb to mean tolerate or put up with. So put up with also we use in the same way as live with here. So how much of this are you going to allow to continue before you say something, for example? How much of this can you live with? Just like this behavior, someone else's bad behavior is there all the time living with you. So how much of it can you live with? How much? Not very much. So maybe I can't live with this anymore. Stop it. Go away. I don't know. So that's one. In the second example sentence about a family scandal, so I used the expression, I don't think I would be able to live with myself. Live with myself actually means I don't think I would be able to tolerate myself because of my bad behavior. So if my family experienced a scandal because of something I did, I wouldn't be able to tolerate myself, meaning I would be really upset with myself. I would be unhappy. I would be disappointed in myself. We use the expression, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. I hope that those are a few new ways that you can use the verb live. If you have any questions or comments or want to try to make a sentence with this verb, please feel free to do so in the comment section. If you liked the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and check us out at EnglishClass101.com for some other good stuff. Thanks for watching this episode of Know Your Verbs, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!